So let's have a look at some of the features in HRS Connect v1.4. Firstly, we're going to do have a little look at something called Goodwin, which we've introduced with this version, which is we've worked with alongside our partners, Relink Labs, who provide us with all the social media candidate sourcing as well. What this is a way of looking at a specific job title, gathering information around the internet that will help provide us with great information that will help us find the perfect candidate or create the perfect job spec. So here we've got marketing director. You'll see we've got marketing strategy, marketing, social media marketing, management. These are all important skills that need to be associated with the marketing director. Got those little balls, you can bung them around a bit, as you saw. It also has information like educational background, where these candidates or where a job title like that, where these people come from, the type of jobs that they've had prior to being a marketing director will help you look for the right person. And again, as you can see on the right-hand side there, the educational background. It also gives you an insight into how long these people have been in a job. So in this case, 3 years and 4 months, and then how long they will stay in that job that you when they move into that job and where they may go. So that's the Goodwin, as we call it, that is associated with the new version of HRS. Hopefully this will help you compile some wonderful and very, very accurate job specs to find candidates. Another new feature we have in v1.4 is the MultiCBS send. As you can see, we're looking at the workflow tab here, and we've got a number of candidates that have been put forward for a job in various guises, from interviews that have been created to CVs have been sent. We're going to send, in this case, multiple CVs. So clicking on that multi-send will open up the workflow tab listing the candidates that you associated so far with your workflow. It also gives you options of other tabs like the shortlist here and the long list, where you can find additional people associated with that job. Failing that, you can also go into the system candidates and just type and search for any candidate that exists. So we'll add a few people, click on the contact, and it pops up their documents. I think if we choose Roy, you'll see we've got 3 documents here. You can pick from any one of those 3. And then you can add, basically you can add as many as you want, and put these documents here ready for going, for sending. And if you wanted, again, like I said, you could search for an extra person, and if you found them, just add them from there. If you're happy with these 3, all you need to do is click on the continue button, and an email will be generated, ready to go to the hiring manager of that job with some pre-populated text and attaching all 3 CVs to this email, ready to go. And all you have to do is click the send button for this email to be populated. It will of course be sent to the email address shown for the hiring manager, and off we go. It will also ask you, once you've sent the CVs, if you'd like to create a follow-up to do, as all our emails do. It's a preference you can set to turn off if you don't want it in the admin section. Another feature we have for 1.4 is the ability to duplicate a job. So here we're in a job. There's some information here that we like. We'll obviously have long list, short list, and workflow items as well. And we may want to duplicate this job because the client has called us and said, here's a job spec, and it obviously matches a previous job, whatever the reasons are. All we need to do is click on the functions option and then go down to the duplicate job option at the bottom. And by clicking on that button, we'll be able to bring in the long list, short list, and workflow items of this particular job. So if we click on the button, you'll see that it pops up a little options tag here where you can just select the checkbox that is associated with whatever function you'd like to provide with the duplication, and then click the duplication button at the end, and the job will be duplicated. As you can see, the ID number is all that will have changed. All the information will be the same. All the shortlisted and long-listed candidates will all be associated with that job. And if we flick through, you'll see they're identical, except for the ID number that's changed. The job is open and ready to go for you to work with. It really is that simple. A major new improvement as well in v1.4 is the advertising, the job posting and advertising on Tiro. Tiro is our built-in job board. So we're going to create a new job and we're going to post it to Tiro, and I'm going to show you how the applications come in and how much more improved that is now. So you can create a job and add it to a company if you wish, and therefore add a hiring manager, or you can go to a company record and create a job. We're going to go and find the company record that we've got stored here. So I've gone to Recruitment Force. If we go to the Jobs tab, all we need to do is click on the plus button and create a job, which will automatically create a job, as you can see, and immediately tag the hiring manager, who's the main contact for that company, and the company directly to this job. I'm going to choose a job, so we'll choose the, let's find something interesting to work with today. We'll go back to the marketing director that we were working on earlier. And now we can populate some information like the currency, the salary sort, the market, and we'll add all this information to the job. So we'll put in the salary low and high, and hopefully we can add some job benefits and such like. This information will all get posted to the job board if we wish, or some of this information, obviously not all of it, will be posted to a job. But we need to have a start and an end date for the job. And here I'm going to write in some information about the summary, which will obviously get posted against the job as well. We can put in education and qualifications and so forth. I'll just put a little bit of information in here very quickly, just so we have something to we can refer to the job. I'm going to put in fees as well. So this is all the information you can store against a job. And now we're going to create some skills tags that we're going to associate with this job. So we'll put in a few things here. We'll put in the just bits of Apple and branding, some marketing stuff, obviously relating to our marketing director job. You can also type in the skills area so that you can quickly get to the skill set, the skills that you'd like to add to the job very easily. And now I'm going to put in some language and some locations, or a location at least. And our job is ready to go. We need to have an advertising start and end date, which I'm going to add now at the bottom here. So let's put in today's date, and it will default to the end of next month. You can obviously change that. And our job is now ready to go. So all I need to do is post this job through our job board, which can be done by clicking on the posting option here. Just literally update job board, and this job will be posted directly to our job board. So there's now a link ready to go that you can use on either LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, that will allow people in whatever media they capture this job from to apply for this job. What I'm going to show you is if we go to our browser, I'm going to paste in the link and show you what it is that a candidate would see from the link that's posted. Obviously, there's very little information that I put in this job, but you'll see that it's exactly as we wrote it in the job. We've got a job description and education there as well. And all the candidate needs to do is click apply. We also have APIs here where you can put this information on the back of your website with some styling that obviously suits your job. So clicking on the apply button, this is what the candidate would see. All they need to do is fill in their information. So let's actually do this. We'll put some information in here. Let's make up, I've got a CV on my desktop. So I'll put in John Long and their email. And you'll see once the application goes through, what actually happens at our end. So what the consultant would see once the application goes through. I'm going to put in some skills tags here, and we're going to upload a CV as well. So that CV is going to be passed. I've got a CV on my desktop. There we go, for Jonathan Long. We're going to add that CV, make sure you're not a robot, and submit. So this will now create a record in HRS, and we'll also set up a notification for the candidate. So if we go back to HRS now, and you'll see that obviously this is exactly the same job that we've been working on. If we look at the details of the job, we'll soon see, I think, yep, there we go, notification has popped up. So we've got a notification under our bell, and it says we've got a web candidate, John Long, has applied for this job. So we click on the arrow, this will take us to John Long's record that's been created. The information is sitting there, it hasn't passed the document yet, but we have a document there, it's a CV, and all we need to do is click on the passing button. But before I do that, I'll show you the actual CV that's been attached. So this is in Word now. We've launched the CV and we've got some information there. I'm going to close this down, and I'm going to create or pass the document first before I create a CV, a formatted CV. So a quick click on the passing button, and the information's extracted. The left-hand side is all my skills that it's found in the CV. On the right-hand side, the skills that additional skills that have been found that we can also add to this candidate and our skills selection for the next pass. So we've got a candidate, info and tags will show all the skills there. We've also got, as you will see in a second, some job history, so that's been found as well. And we've got some information there. But the most important thing is that the candidate's already been longlisted to that job. So if we go to the job, we'll see that Jonathan Long is in the long list of that job as a web applicant. So you get a notification as soon as the candidate applies, tags it to the job, and you can pass the record and instantly create a CV ready to go for formatting, for sending to the client. There's a couple of things you can do. You can also change, if I go into the admin section, I can change this. So I'll take, as you see, I've ticked the full rather than basic option here. And as you'll see, what will happen if the candidate clicks apply and you've chosen the full, you get a lot more information that can be filled out before passing. So you can pick and choose a little bit about the style of how you present this information to a candidate when they're applying for a job. So let's go back to HRS now. Another feature for 1.4 is the postcode search. So I'm going to go to a candidate. I'll show you how the postcode search works. Now, postcode search has always been in Connect, but what we have in the new version is just an ability to constrain the search. So you may have done a search for quite complicated search, have a list of records, and then you want to constrain the search for people within a specific postcode. So do a search for accounts, we get account managers and so forth, and we're going to quickly constrain the search for people living in Guildford. So let's put in a postcode GU1 and 1RW, and you can either use from the drop down or type in your own figure. So we'll say 50 miles from Guildford, and here's the option to find or constrain. So we're going to constrain, so it's only going to find the people that out of the list of 17 that are within that postcode. So in a few seconds we will have some results. We've obviously got now 4 records, which are the 4 people that are within 50 miles of Guildford out of those 19 records that we were searching for. So that's how the radius search works. Now let's quickly go over and show you job filtering. So go back to the candidates. I'm going to show you how you can filter for job matching within a candidate. So go to the candidate job match, and we'll see that we've got a filter tag there. Now what that is based on is the skills that are associated with that candidate. So you can add skills to your heart's content. We'll put a few more skills in here. Stamp some skills in there. Okay, and we're happy with that. We'll come out of here and we'll go back to the job match. Now you'll see instantly there's nothing there. What we need to do is filter for the skills we actually want to associate with the job. So pick and choose the skills you want, and as you'll see, as soon as you click a skill, some information appears in the background that's relating to that job. The more skills you add, obviously the more specific that search is, or the match is. So if you were simply looking for something close to, or one particular skill is crucial, then obviously clicking on 1 or 2 of these options will load those jobs that match. And all you need to do is click on the arrow next to that job, or send the person directly to the long list of the job by clicking on the tag at the end. As you'll see, if we go to a long list, we'll see that that candidate's been added there. And now let's have a look at some other features. Let's have a little look at multi-select drop-downs now, a feature we added. So you've got a list of features here. All you need to do is scroll through and select them. Same with the position sort, and it will add multiple entries directly into the position sort field. When searching, if we go into find mode, you can get a similar bit of information. Just click in the field and you get a drop down. You can add information to that, so when you search you can find obviously the people you want very easily from that drop down. CV formatting PDFs, this is something we introduced as well a little while ago alongside the Word, Microsoft Office Word formatting, but now we've also introduced an additional feature to the PDF, which is one of our customer requests, which is being able to color code the text. So not only can you choose information that you can add, like database content that you can add to this document, and the colors, you can also choose the color of the font. So here we're going to scroll down, let's choose something interesting. We've got lime green. So if I refresh that, we'll see we've got lime green text. And then I can add a strange looking background just to really make my lime green text stand out and look a bit weird. But just to give you an idea of how much control you have, it's really simple now to format the CV formatting text. So let's have a look at some other new features. We've got categorizing of comms logs. So let's go to a candidate record. We'll have a little look at their communication logs. Click on the comms tab. We'll create a new communication here, and you can create a note, for example, and choose from a category. Obviously, you will set up these categories in the drop-down section in the admin. You can type in what you want, and obviously you can then run a report on the category of that comms to get some information that might be of use to you further down the line or while you're reporting. And again, follow-up to-dos can be created from any communication log, as you can see. Another thing we introduced is the document labeling. So here we've got a chance where you can add a document and name that document as anything you wish. So we've got CV for emailing there, or if we type in other, you'll see that we also have a further drop down, so you can further categorize what it is that a particular document is labeled against. So if someone sent you in a passport, as you've seen there, you can add that. You can also create to-dos and tasks from the events area. So you can create a new, not to-dos and tasks, to-dos, tasks and events, diary entries. Simply fill in the details and click save. Or the same with the task. So let's actually add something in here and I'll show you how this works. So we'll type in something in the summary. Let's be creative. So we've got interview arrangements. And we'll put this in as a meeting at the Hilton Hotel, for example, in Glasgow. And I'll add a date. So I'll put in today's date and save that information. So that's logged against the contacts record. If we go to the dashboard, you'll see that that information is also showing up on the actions and tasks list as an interview arrangement ready for a task or an action to be applied to it. Finally, I'm going to show you a feature that we've got in 1.4 again, is the workflow, adding people directly to a workflow. Firstly, I'm going to go and create a brand new candidate. So I'll just show you a little bit how the parsing works. So we've got a CV on my desktop there, Jeremy Clarkson. It's a CV, and we've chosen that CV, and automatically it's going to pass that record. It's found a record that exists of similar, so it's going to update that record with the skills and the job history. It does that pretty quickly. And now all we need to do is create a formatted CV as well, and that will happen instantly. We just need to create the button, click on the button that says Create Word CV, and instantly we've created a record. Let's have a look at these records. I'll show you that we've actually got a CV for emailing here. It's a Word document. You can edit it to your heart's content, but it's using your styling and preset information. But it's only been a couple of seconds. We've already created it. So we're going to go to the workflow. We've got some people already here of this job. Click on the plus button of this workflow, and here I can just type in the candidate that I want. So Jeremy, who we've just put the CV in 2 seconds ago, is instantly there, ready to go, and all I need to do is click Send to Client, choose the CV, and off we go. An email's ready to the hiring manager, to Jeremy Clarkson, with his CV attached, and this is all ready to go. I just need to click the Send button, and it's really that simple.